So the one question that I try to leave off with is what advice you would have to developing coaches that are in, say, kind of in that 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 year window in their career as they're going along.
Well, I would have to say the mentoring process is huge, and the education, the information they're getting. I've gone with Carl McGowan the last couple of summers with his gold medal squared that he and a number have worked together on. And but I think you almost can't get too much information. You have to be careful on how you use it. I mean, you'll have to decide what applies to your given situation. And some things are clearly men, and some are, can be adapted for the women. In case I'm saying women because so many of them are women's coaches, still a huge number.
Yep.
But I think that educational factor, and then that personal factor that can be developed with a mentor that can see your particular situation, see your development. I would be very huge in trying to match up with an administration that works well with me, or in this case with the young coach. Some people are in good situations and they're happy, but they're thinking, well, I could move to this school and, it'd be maybe a higher division, maybe more money, maybe a better conference. And I'm often telling people, which is unlike myself, if you're in a good situation and you have a good relationship with the administration, that's very invaluable, because coaching still is a scary place to be. You're rarely do you have more than a 1-year contract. Some do now. Some of them have started setting up multi-year contracts, which I think is a good situation. But for the most part, you're kind of like what you ran into at Brown. After a while, you're financially can be in bad situation, or if you're expecting that you're in a secure situation, all of a sudden you don't have a position. Mm-hmm. That's tough. So I would say make sure that you're in a good administrative situation. I was very fortunate because I think at the time I came along, first of all, I had a very strong high school mentor that was my friend until she and her husband both have died now. But their son and daughter I still have good rapport with. My husband did the wedding for the daughter, and our kids know each other. But my Mrs. Lynn has been really a mentor for me for probably 50 years, starting back in Sul Ross, a long time ago.
Yeah.
And, knows my personality, has seen the situation I've been in, and has always had good advice. And administratively, that's very important. Marilyn Weiss was a wonderful administrator. She'd always, what do you need? What kind of things do you need? And would work to get those. And, of course, I was very, very fortunate because I worked with Debbie Yao. And Debbie Yao started out with women's basketball. She was at Kentucky, but I met her at the University of Florida. She was hired by Marilyn Weiss. And then she went into fundraising, was very successful, became an athletic director, and that's St. Louis University. She was the athletic director there, which is very unusual. And she and her husband both have been very stabilizing factors for me. She then went to the University of Maryland and is now at the University of North Carolina, where her sister, Kay Yao, was basketball coach for many years. So, again, I think administratively it's very important. I think if you're in a place where you're happy, I think for a lot of the home situation, because friends and cousins and relatives and family all really play in just being happy. But I also think that administratively you want to have a good rapport with athletic, the president being favorable with your program, and happy with what you're doing.